Hi, welcome to Beginners Pilates Part 2. I'm joined again with Jazz on the mat and I'm going to instruct her. Say hi, Jazz.
Hi.
I'm going to instruct her through all the basics of what I want you to do at home. So hopefully this guide will help you. Remember, this is beginners, and the best thing about Pilates is that you can do it. It doesn't matter whether you've never done it before or whether you do lots and lots of fitness. It does suit everybody. But the thing is, with Pilates, you have to make sure you master the basics before you go off and do the flash moves. So there are some really good moves in Pilates, but they only come and they only look good once you do the basics. So this next 15 minutes is about some of the basics, just to get you started, okay? So all you need to do is join us on the mat, lie down, have a mat, or just on your carpet. You don't need any equipment. And we're going to go through the setup again of our neutral spine, but once we are led down. Neutral spine is key to the exercises that we do in Pilates. So what I'd like you to do is, as you can see, Jazz is led down on the floor, knees are bent and her feet are hip width apart. So just as we did in standing, we stay with our hip width apart. There is length through her neck, so she's pulling her shoulders down, so reach your hands down towards your feet, that's it. And we're in neutral spine, so we're not pushing our back into the floor, we're just keeping neutral. All right, so I'm going to take Jazz through her breathing. So take a deep breath in, Jazz, and a long breath out. Good. So again, deep breath in through the nose. See the rib cage rise, and a long breath out through the mouth. Now on this one, tighten those tummy muscles. So take a deep breath in. So again, not so much that you can't breathe. Keep hold of them as you breathe out. And remember the pelvic floor. That muscle that stops those embarrassing little moments. So pull the pelvic floor up. Remember, we're going up to about lift floor, not all the way to the top. Little squeeze, keep hold and breathe out. Good. So the next thing we're going to do is shoulder shrugs. So we're going to keep your hands on the mat. You're going to take a deep breath in. As you exhale, I just want you to bring your shoulders up towards your ears. Slide them up and then slide them down the mat. Good. And again, take a breath, slide them up, and then slide them down the mat. We're just getting some movement through the shoulders and the upper back. And again, bring them up and slide them back down. Good. Let's do two more. Take a breath in, big breath. Again, keeping that core engaged as we slide them down. And let's do one more exactly the same. And draw it down. Now from here we're going to just engage that tummy and we're going to lift one arm up, we're going to raise it up above the head all the way back behind us, and the aim is to try and get the back of the hand onto the mat without flaring the ribs. So push the ribs down, that's it, good. Holding it down, shoulders are relaxed as well, so we're not pushing up into the shoulder, and then take that arm down. And let's do the same again, take a big breath in. Push those ribs down as you reach up. Good. Lengthen. Now, some of you, when you go back, your arms will be sort of hanging in mid-air. Don't worry about it. Don't force it. Eventually, they will go to the back of the hand. All right. So it's all about improving your mobility and flexibility. Let's do it again. One more time on each side. Reaching, lengthening, holding it there. Good. Pushing those ribs down, remember. And bring it back down. So all the time think about pelvic floor is engaged, tummy muscles are engaged, ribs are down, shoulder blades are down. All right, there's a lot to think about. That's why we don't go too fast. Take a breath and bring it back. So we're going to leave the upper body for a minute, and I want you to draw your attention to the pelvic area. So all we're going to do is a pelvic tilt. So we can take a breath in, we're going to tilt the pelvis towards us, squeeze our bottom, lift our bum slightly off the mat and then release. Take it back down. Good. And again. Take a breath, tilt, and take it back down. All the time we're still breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Now I'm going to bring your attention to the fact that Jazz doesn't do Pilates. So I've asked her to do this with me, and again. So then you can see she is a fitness instructor, so she does lots of other fitness, but she doesn't do Pilates. So you can see, even if you've got a really good fitness level, always start Pilates with the basics. Good. And then take it down. So now we're going to go up into the bridge, And what we're going to do is make sure that we peel the vertebrae off the mat, one vertebrae at a time, so it's slow and controlled. But I want you to get some real activation here. So I like you to push your arms into the mat, push your feet into the mat, tilt your pelvis, squeeze, pulling up, squeeze your bottom, lifting up one vertebrae at a time, coming up, lift, lift, and keep pushing into the mat. And you'll get a little activation in the arms as well. You got it? You feel it? Yay. Take a big breath here. And then as you exhale, I want you to come down one vertebrae at a time. So just imagine you're laid on the beach and you've got pebbles underneath your back, and you're just flattening them into the sand as you go, coming all the way down. And then you release the pelvis and you release it at the very end. So you release that little squeeze on your glutes as you come down to the bottom. Let's do it again. Pushing through the heels, pushing into the arms, lifting up. And I want you to shoot those knees forward. So bring your attention just to making sure that the knees are in line with the feet and they're not going outwards. So resist the urge to take those knees out. Bring it down step by step, big breath, coming on down, one vertebrae at a time. Good. Should we do one more, best of 3?
Yeah, why not?
Brilliant. Let's do it again. Take a breath, squeeze your bottom as you lift, pushing through those heels, pushing through those arms as you come up. Lengthen through. So we've got a nice long line. We're opening up those hip flexors. We're just reaching all the way through. Keep pushing forward. That's it. Good. Take a big breath in. And down we go. One vertebrae at a time. Slow and controlled. All the way down. And then let the glutes go at the end. Tip the pelvis. And just hug your knees into your chest. And just release through. Alright, so that's the basic bridge. There are loads of exercises that come off that, and you can look at those, you can see those on other video clips on our website. Bring your feet back down together. Alright, we're going to do a hip twist. So these come in different levels, so I'm going to show you level 1. So I'd like you to bring your feet together and your knees together, and I'd like you to just put 2 fingers on your hip bones. And I want you to slide them just inside your hip bones. And I want you to pull your tummy muscles in and pull up through your pelvic floor. And can you feel the contraction in there? So just squeeze, contract. Yeah. All right, I like to liken this like bubble wrap. So when you're doing the exercises, you feel the muscles contract and release as you're doing it, all right? So that's what you're looking for, is that contraction. So whenever we do anything in the lower abs, we want to make sure that we're actually really contracting through those abdominal muscles. So this is a really great starter move. So it's called a hip twist, and we're going to let the leg, so you're going to let your right leg just come out to the side, slow and controlled. So take a breath in, exhale as the leg comes out, keeping those hips square, so we're not rolling, stop there, and then draw it back in. So the key is that you don't go too far. You keep your hips square to the ceiling, you don't roll onto your bottom. Keeping the shoulders down and pull it back. So you've gone slightly too far on that side. Good. So you may feel that you're not doing a lot, but if you can feel that contraction and then draw it back, in those lower abs, you will know that they are working and they're working correctly. So, and bring it back up. So being very mindful that you keep the hips. This is a practice. So you need to practice this one, because if you can get this right and you can get the contraction in those lower abs, when you then start to build on the other ab exercises, you will find it a lot easier to do and you'll have the strength there. Bring it back. Good. One more on each side? Yeah, go on. That's it. So your challenge is finding that contraction and making sure that you're not rocking from side to side. Tummy muscles are drawn in and you're still breathing. She forgot to breathe. So this is what you're going to do, but don't worry. And relax. All right, take the hands out to the side. We're going to keep our feet and our knees together. Our shoulders stay pinned down, and what we're going to do is a double leg twist. So we're going to take a big breath in, engage the core, and you're going to bring your knees over towards me, keeping them together. Twist over, hold it there. Take a breath in, contract those tummy muscles and draw the legs back to centre. Good. And let's take it to the other side. Over we go. Tummy muscles pulled in. Get that contraction. Good. And then drawing it back up. That's it. Really working through those lower abs. And again, taking it over. Slow and controlled. Good. And be mindful that you keep your shoulders fixed down. Good. And then one more. Can you feel it?
Yeah, I can feel it.
So this is the basic level. Remember, Jazz, she goes to the gym, she does fitness classes, and she can feel even the basic level. Should we do one more each side? Yeah, come on. So it doesn't matter what else you do. When you start with the Pilates, using that breath, you think about the precision and using control throughout all of your movements. And then one more time. Good. And then bring it up. And then take your hands back down by your side. All right, so now what we're going to do, we are going to do a single leg slide, or a single leg kick it's called, but it's the basic version. So what Jazz is going to do is going to contract through her tummy muscles. She's going to slide her leg away, so slide your leg away, and as she does it, she gets to the end, she's going to pull up her kneecap and just really extend through the front of her thigh. She's quite tall, so I think we've got just enough room. Now as she comes back, I want you to draw back with your heel. Draw back with the heel, slowly, bring it up. Sometimes it's better not to do this one on the mat and to do it on the carpet. And you start to activate through the hamstrings. Did you feel that? That's her nemesis, her hamstring. She plays football, just so you know. All right, do it again on the other side. So sliding that leg away. Think about the contraction in the tummy muscles. Think about pulling up through the thigh muscles, really extending. Good. And now you're going to draw back through the heel, activating the hamstrings, the back of the leg. Ooh. How's that?
That's okay.
Yeah, you can feel it?
Yeah.
Good. So, again, simple but effective. Let's do it on the other side. I'm going to hold the mat for you. So, sliding it away. So, remember, this is the beginner's version. You can do this with your leg in the air. Really think about tightening up these muscles here. And then drawing it back, using the heel, sliding it back. That's it, pulling it back all the way. Oops, I'm doing my job very well, am I?
Oh yeah, come on.
Get a grip, mother. And then slide it out. Good. Go on. Bit juddery. Don't know whether that was the mat or a leg. Go on, pull up through these. That's it, go on, get some activation. And then draw it back. Pulling it back. I got the mat. Good. Let's do one more on each side, just so she can really feel it. Now, when we start to use the back of our legs, sometimes we cramp. And if that is the case, all I want you to do is then just rest and stop doing the exercise and just try and stretch the legs out. So drawing it back, all the way, pulling them out. That's it. Tummy muscles drawn in. And let's do one more, making sure we've got the tummy muscles drawn in. We're in neutral spine, so we're not flattening through the back. And then drawing it back up. Good. And rest. How are you doing? All right?
Good, but my sock's falling off.
Oh, first world problems. All right. So the next thing I would like you to do, so we're going to do a leg lift. So you're going to come up into single tabletop. So we use tabletop a lot in Pilates. So what I would like you to do, feet hip width apart. Tummy muscles drawn in, pelvic floor lifted, shoulders relaxed, okay? That's the same setup for all of those exercises. Take a breath in. As you exhale, I want you to draw your leg up into tabletop, so it's 90 degrees, all right? And as we're bringing our limbs up, we then start to push our back into the floor to protect the back. Take a breath and then take it back down. And let's do the same on the other side. Breathe in, breathe out to lift. And then breathe in to take it back down. Good, so pulling those tummy muscles in. And again, so as we lift that leg up, we then start to push it back into the floor, tummy muscles drawn in, ribs are down, and then take it down. Good. And again, drawing it back up. That's it. Holding it there. And bringing it back down. Good. And this is a setup for many advanced exercises, so this is the basic. If you can master this one, then you'll be able to then progress on to the other exercises a lot quicker. And let's do one more exactly the same. Bringing it up and then taking it down. Well done. We're going to now leave the lower abs alone and we're going to come up now to the midsection. So you're going to place your hands on your thighs. You're going to take a deep breath in. As you come up, I want you to look between your legs and then go back down again. So take a breath in, exhale, lift, coming on up, looking through, head and shoulders, come up a little bit higher. and then take it down, good. And again, breath in to prepare, and breathing out as you lift, pulling those tummy muscles in. Think about pushing your ribs down towards your tummy. That's it. And then bring it back, breathing in. And again, breathing out as we lift. Now, a lot of the times when people start doing exercises, come on back down, they get a pain in their neck. All right, so there's two things you can do for that. You can support it with one hand and slide up with just the one hand, so try that for me. Good. And then making sure the hand though is at the back of the head, not in the neck. That's it, take it down. Or you can still use both hands on your thighs and just come up a little bit higher and actually use your tummy muscles, not your neck. Give it a go, come up higher. Oh, and take it down. Now, as a beginner, I wouldn't expect you to come up that high. She was just showing that she could.
Yes, I can.
Okay, should we do a couple more?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do a couple more, just basic. Breathing out as you lift, and then breathing in as you lower. Good. So really think about pushing those ribs in, pelvic floor is lifted, tummy muscles down, and then roll yourself back down. Good. I wouldn't expect you to stay up as long, so just do what you can. And then one more, working through. And can you feel it? Because I'm making you do it slow, okay? You can really feel the difference. Bring it on in. And then take both arms above your head for me. Stretch, and then lengthen the legs all the way along. Nice and long. Good. And then hug them in. And I like to rock from side to side. Good. And we're finished on that section. So thank you for joining us. So that's just some floor exercises you can do at beginner level. You check out our website, you'll be able to see that we have a stretch section as well. So once you do all the exercises, make sure you stretch at the end of it so you can have a look at the stretch section. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.